Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarLeague TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. Hope you're all having a great week so far. I don't know exactly when I'm uploading this video, I'm recording it ahead, but I have a couple of recordings saved up now, so I will be uploading a little more frequently in these next few weeks, if you'll notice that. But we have a brand new team, and the Pokemon you'll probably notice first is actually that Medicham. So let's talk about Medicham, because all the other Pokemon are pretty standard, pretty traditional. Medicham is a Pokemon, I was just kind of looking through like, oh, what are some Pokemon I could use? What are some Pokemon that are just really strong? And I came across Medicham. Of course, Medicham has existed forever now. It's a Pokemon that's existed for so long. And it's never really gotten its time in the sun, unfortunately. I mean, it did have a Mega form in the X and Y days, but, you know, sadly, aside from that, it really hasn't gotten its chance to shine. But with the pure power ability, its attack stat is doubled, which makes it a really strong attacker. And I just thought, what's the best way to kind of optimize Medicham, since its other stats are actually not very good. It's not very fast, and then it does not have great defenses. So I just kind of settled on just going purely offensive with a Focus Sash, and we have Fake Out to kind of, you know, break potential Focus Sashes from the enemies. Fake Out is good against basically any Pokemon that's not a Ghost type, because it causes them to flinch. And then Close Combat is just a really strong stab move. We also have secondary stab in the form of Psycho Cut. And for that third move, I went with Drain Punch. It's possible I want more coverage there, so maybe I should actually switch that for a different move, like a Dark type move or a Ghost type move, because Goldango is obviously a problem. So we'll kind of see how it plays out. I have been liking Drain Punch, but you know, again, it is very possible that we want something different. So we'll see how these games play out. The rest of the Pokemon, once again, are just kind of, if I'm being honest, this team is kind of built around Medicham. Like, I started with Medicham, and I was like, okay, I know Goldango is going to be a problem, so what's a Pokemon that can help me against Goldango? I know that maybe Dragonite's going to be a problem, so what are some Pokemon that can be decent against Dragonite? And this is what I settled on. I'm just going to quickly run through the movesets of the other Pokemon. We've got Keyberry, Calm Mind, Ursaluna. Keyberry is when Ursaluna gets hit with a physical attack, it boosts its defense. And then, of course, we have Calm Mind to boost our special defense. So we just end up being super tanky. Then we've got Sturdy, White Herb, Archaludon, which I used in a previous video as well. We're guaranteed to survive a hit. So it's nice. We kind of have like two Pokemon with Focus Sash that are guaranteed to survive a hit. And then we can fire off like a couple really strong Draco Meteors. And, of course, Stealth Rock is good. This is an offensive Incineroar. It's max HP and max attack just to hit as hard as possible. I've liked Incineroar in the past. You know, I used it a lot in previous regulations, and honestly it felt like it was a little bit better in those regulations. It's good against like Fluttermane and Chien-Pao. This time around it's really good against Goldango, which is important, but it's also decent against Dragonite, of course, getting the Intimidate. The problem against Dragonite though is we don't really have too much to hit it really hard, so we're going to want to like knock off and then maybe U-turn out of there and go into something else to handle Dragonite. Then I've got max attack and max speed Annihilape with Taunt and Bulk Up. The goal here is just to kind of, you know, do a lot of damage with like Rage Fist, and then of course we have Bulk Up to set up our attack and defense if we need to. Taunt is also great. I found Taunt to be really good on Annihilape. Finally, I wanted yet another Pokemon that can help me against really strong special attackers such as Goldango and Ursaluna. And I settled on Volcarona, and I settled on Assault Vest Volcarona because because Volcarona already has pretty naturally high special defense. And Volcarona's typing is also pretty solid against those two threats. You know, we resist, make it rain. That's about it, honestly. But with the Salt Vest, we can like take those hits and then go for those strong fiery dances to set up our special attack. So yeah, Volcarona is a little bit different as well, but everything else is, you know, aside from Medicham, pretty standard. So there's the team. Feel free to try it out. Let me know how it does for you, and let's get to these games. Here's our game number one, and Medicham looks pretty decent here. I think I want to lead with it. It actually, yeah, it looks pretty decent. The one Pokemon I'm kind of afraid of if I lead Medicham is Archaludon, because if it has stamina, like, we're not going to want to Fake Out. And then I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, I'm going to lead Medicham. I'm going to also bring Volcarona. Volcarona looks decent against... Like, it's a good switch into Arch, possibly. Potentially decent switch into Ursaluna. And then maybe it can be good against, like, Mimikyu. And then I wonder then if Incineroar is a solid third option here. And I do think I'm going to bring it. Looks decent against their team. One Pokemon that could be really good against these three is actually that Ursaluna, but I'm just going to hope that this is enough. Ursaluna is just way too good. Yeah, Ursaluna is one of the Pokemon that I'm probably the most afraid of. Dragonite too, I mean, who's not afraid of Dragonite, am I right? But we'll see how this plays out. Like I said, I think depending on what they lead with, Medicham could be a very good lead here. And it is something that they might not expect me to go into. Alright, we're going to go right into Medicham. You know what? I think I am going to fake out, because if they have Sturdy, we're going to break the Sturdy. If they have Stamina, I'll just go right into Volcarona. So, yeah, I think that ends up working out decently. Usually lead Arch is Sturdy with Stealth Rock, so this could work out in my favor. Because if they are, once again, I get to break their Sturdy here, and then I get to presumably knock them out with a follow-up close combat. And if we happen to be faster than them, which is not a guarantee, then that's just perfect. Because if I can keep my Focus Sash intact for the next Pokemon, that's just going to be great. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. Is it Stamina? Perfect. It's not. Okay. So this should kill, unless they go ahead and Terrasilize into like a Fairy type, which is possible. But if they want to use their Terra right away, I'm kind of fine with that. I mean, I prefer they don't, but. Yeah, Medicham's cool. I've always kind of liked it. Oh, they go Draco. That's fine by me because, of course, we have the Focus Sash. And this close combat should very well knock them out. Of course, this is where it's, like, okay that we went for close combat here because, obviously, close combat's downside is that we lose our defense and special defense. But we're at 1 HP, so it kind of just doesn't matter. What would I be afraid of them going into? At this point, I think Medicham is as good as dead. All of the remaining Pokemon on their team are either faster than Medicham or have a priority move, so they go into Mimikyu now. I think I'm just going to go right into Incineroar. We can potentially preserve that Fake Out for later. So if we can knock out Mimikyu, then Medicham can potentially come in later against their last Pokemon and use Fake Out. Also, I kind of expect them to go for Swords Dance here, which... Okay, luckily for me, they go Shadow Claw. That's actually really, really good, because Swords Dance would have been really scary. I'm going to go ahead and knock off here, presuming that they might switch, or they might just go Swords Dance. But yeah, Mimikyu's another Pokemon that's potentially a problem. I'm actually faster than them, though, which means they could be Trick Room. Yeah, they're Trick Room. Room Service. That's something you really don't see very often at all. So we knock off their Room Service, they go Trick Room here. I think I just Flare Blitz. Just get off a lot of damage. I am max attack, so this should do a lot of damage. Wait. How am I still faster? What? What's going on? Are we speed tied? That's weird. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I'll take that kill. Yeah, I have no idea what the deal with that was. Am I missing something? Like, they did go Trick Room. Anyways, their last Pokemon is Ursaluna. I'm going to start with a knockoff. If they kill me, that's fine, I guess. That's not... We'll see how this goes. I just hope that they're... I don't know what I hope they are. It's feasible that Ursaluna could sweep my team. That's how strong it is. I could have gone Drain Punch, but, you know, Ursaluna does typically run Terra Poison as well. Terra Fairy is also common. I guess they might not even expect me to have Drain Punch, so maybe I still should have gone for it. Wow, that just cleanly destroys me. You know, I wonder if they're actually, they could be like, oh no, they're Life Orb. I was gonna say they could be Choice Specs. Oh man, I don't think there's a way to play around it. We're just gonna have to Fake Out here. Because, like, even if we were to somehow stall out Trick Room, Ursaluna, of course, typically runs Vacuum Wave, so let's go ahead and we're gonna Fake Out, which guarantees some damage on them. Not a lot. Wow, that was a critical hit. That is not very much damage. But then they're gonna knock us out. I'm just gonna Drain Punch just in case they have Misclick or something, or I don't know. They go Vacuum Wave, which, you know, is pretty free. I guess they were worried that I would have a priority move as well, or another priority move. But this is the moment of truth. Oh, I forgot about that. So Twisted Dimensions return to normal. That is actually pretty huge. I'm Assault Vest. I should survive any hit from them. I'm gonna Overheat. I'm not sure it'll kill, but it might. Wow, that's awesome. There we go. That's one of the reasons I have Overheat on this set. Just, you know, we have Fiery Dance, which boosts our special attack, and then, I mean, hey, like I said, I mean, one of the main reasons I put this Volcarona set on the team is to help me against Ursaluna, and that is exactly what it did. But Ursaluna is just an absolute monster. It's terrifying. That's where we are in the meta right now. You've got Dragonite, you've got Ursaluna, you've got Archaludon, and these are 3 Pokemon that are not only really strong, but each of them is capable of running like so many different sets that sometimes you're up against it and you have no idea what it's about to do. Like, I mean, you do, like, Ursaluna's gonna click Blood Moon at some point, right? Or Hyper Voice, and it likely has Vacuum Wave, but it could be defensive, it could be Calm Mind, it could be Life Orb like we saw, it could be Terra Normal for just more damage, or it could be Terra Poison to be defensive. It's just, yeah, it's a lot. But we get a W there, that's pretty awesome, and we got to show off Medicham, which I love. Let's do game 2. We are on game 2. My opponent has a Alolan Ninetales. I do not like that. I think I want to lead Arch and maybe set up Stealth Rock. Corviknight is a problem. Stealth Rock looks really good against my opponent's team. Man, I really don't like Alolan Ninetales. But we're going to lead Arch. Honestly, this team looks really bad for Medicham. I should run Bullet Punch on Medicham for Ninetales. But yeah, Medicham just does not look great here. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be bringing it, even though I love it. Annihilape looks like it could be something. What about Incineroar? Incineroar 2. I really need something for that Corviknight, and you know what? I think that's got to be Volcarona. The problem is Volcarona's rough against those physical dragon types. Volcarona is good against Corviknight. It's good against Goldango. It's not great against Dirge. And then I just want to bring something that can help me against like Dragonite, Garchomp, and Skeledirge, which I think is going to be Incineroar. Could potentially be Ursaluna, but we're going to say it's Incineroar. Incineroar is also yet another Pokemon that helps us against... Like, Incineroar has a potentially good matchup against, like, all of their Pokemon. Like, if it either, like, intimidates them and gets off some damage, or it just completely walls them, or, you know, anything like that. So, yeah, I think Incineroar is a good option there. It's Ninetales. I mean, what else is it going to be, right? But we lead Arch. I think I'm just going to fire off the Flash Cannon right off the bat. I'd love to get up Stealth Rock, but with Ninetales, you just want it gone, I think. And they're probably going to go Aurora Veil. I guess it's possible they could Terra, but if they Terra right away, I'm kind of okay with that. But something I'm realizing is that Ninetales is a Pokemon that gives me a lot of trouble. I really need to start bringing Pokemon that help me, like... The thing about Ninetales, it's fast. Like, it's not the fastest Pokemon in the meta, but it's faster than a lot of common Pokemon. And so sometimes if you don't have something that can beat it, like, it's just guaranteed to get up the Aurora Veil, which is really annoying. So we're going to take him down really low. I'm going to use this opportunity to Stealth Rock just because I think either they're going to switch or, yeah, they're going to switch or, like, Terrastalize or something. So I think this is a pretty decent time to get this out of the way. They go into Dirge, which I do not like to see. The getting up Stealth Rock there is also perfect because it means that Ninetales is basically dead now, so that's great. I'm going to start with the Dark Pulse because we might make them flinch. It's possible they Terra, but yeah, this is pretty nice. And they might not be expecting me to have Dark Pulse. The reason I have Dark Pulse is for, like, Goldango, but it also, of course, ends up coming in handy against Pokemon like this. They're going to Will-O-Wisp, which is not going to do too much to me. I guess the worst thing it's going to do is break my Sturdy, which I guess is fine, because whether they went Shadow Ball or Torch Song, like, they would have broken the Sturdy anyway. Gonna go Dark Pulse again here, looking for a flinch potentially, but getting that damage is also really nice. And we're going to get their berry. That's kind of annoying. It's going to set us back a little bit. But we are stalling out turns of Aurora Veil, too. They go Torch Song. Okay, so now we have a decision to make. We can go Dark Pulse again, looking for the flinch. If we happen to get the flinch, of course, you know, I shouldn't really be banking on the flinch. It's like a 10% chance. But if we happen to get the flinch, that's perfect for us, because then we just kill them or do a lot of damage with the Draco. Otherwise, if I'm not really sure about getting the flinch, I could just fire off the Draco now. And then we're basically guaranteed to die unless we kill them. Because this is, what? This is 195 power, whereas this is 160 power. But like I said, there's the chance that this makes them flinch. I'm going to fire off the Draco because I feel like at this point I'm as good as dead, so I might as well just get off some damage. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It doesn't really do too much. I guess it's possible they could slack off here and not go for the kill, but no, they go Torch Song to kill me. That's fine. Because now they're really low, so basically whatever I go into can, like, threaten them. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that Incineroar can outspeed them. Oh, and then also Volcarona. Yikes. How fast is Skeledirge? Okay, I'm sorry. I've got to pull up like I don't think I have time. Help, Skeledirge. Sorry, I'm checking. Oh, you know what? Skeledirge is faster than me. Is there a chance Volcarona knocks them out with Fiery Dance? Oh my god. That's the problem with this Volcarona, is that, like, my moves just don't hit, like, fire types. That's pretty bad. I could go Overheat, which I think is pretty likely to kill them. But then whatever they go into next, of course, is just gonna... You know, I think I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna go for it here. This should kill. Yeah, it does. There's a chance. I mean, I don't have time to calc it, but I wonder if Fiery Dance would have knocked them out, because that would have been absolutely perfect. My biggest fear there was that they survive a hit from me and then they go slack off, and then I'm just like in such a bad position because they're at +2 special attack, so they're doing a lot of damage. Their last Pokemon's Garchomp. I'm going to use this opportunity to go right into Incineroar, and then my biggest fear is that they Swords Dance. Did they... I mean, I guess they're not Sash, so we just have to survive hits from this thing. This is actually terrifying, though. Yeah, if they Swords Dance... there it is. I think we have to take this opportunity to Terra right here. What item could they have? Because obviously we're dead to an Earthquake. And then Earthquake does as much damage to Volcarona when it's a fire type as it does when it's a fairy type. So my point with that is, like, I don't think we're going to really need to Terrasilize Volcarona. But this is, yeah, we might just lose to Garchomp. Garchomp is another Pokemon that I think I need to be a lot more prepared for. We survive it, but barely. Yikes, yeah, that's... We're dead. We're dead. Lumberry, okay, that's not gonna matter. Oh, I forgot about the Veil. Man, yeah, Aurora Veil is just such a problem. Okay, so we're dead here. And then my Volcarona is modest, so, I mean, even if they're adamant... What? I mean, I guess this guarantees they win, but... Unless by some miracle, this is not going to be the case, but by some miracle they are not like max speed. That's my only hope. But I can't imagine that. Like, they must be max speed. Like, if you're running Garchomp, you should be. Oh man, that's tough. Yeah, Garchomp is another problem. Honestly, yeah, I'm realizing Garchomp is like a problem for this team. Like, I've had situations like that where, yeah, Garchomp is just very tough to deal with. Maybe Corviknight is a good Pokemon to have. Corviknight is really good against Ursaluna, pretty good against Goldango, good against Garchomp. Yeah, Corviknight could be a Pokemon that I should be throwing on this team. I mean, also, like, we don't really have something to hit it with. Like, this is going to be, what, 195, and then that's going to be about 90-something base power. The funny thing is that does more damage than Terra Blast, if I'm doing my math correctly. Whatever, if they're faster anyway, we're dead. Oh, I thought it was Volcarona first. Okay. Yeah, and then they get burned just for good measure. So, I don't know, it's like, if we had known that they were going to click Outrage against Volcarona, we could have saved the Terra, but in my opinion, you just click Earthquake, like, because Volcarona is often Terra Fairy anyway, so yeah, in my opinion, you're just going to click Earthquake anyway. Either way, like, there was not a situation where we could win that, but that was a tough one. Garchomp, yeah, Garchomp's a tough one. Unaware Pokemon are also pretty good to consider. But yeah, if I'm going to be improving this team, those are things I'm going to be looking for, is better answers to Ninetales, as well as something that can help me against Garchomp. Let's do a game 3. Whoa, my opponent has Archaludon and Dragonite and Ursaluna and Goldango? That's rare. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. I feel like they might lead Arch. Yeah, this is a tough team right here. This is straight up a tough team. Annihilape looks pretty solid here. This is the first time that Annihilape actually looks pretty good. Volk also looks good, so I like both of these. I am not sure about Medicham. Unfortunately, I don't think Medicham is great. I mean, it's good against King Gambit. It's maybe okay against Ursaluna. If it's sturdy Archaludon, it's good against Arch. But I don't love it against Dragonite. Definitely not against Goldango. And I think, what's it called? Dondozo is too much of a problem. So I want to bring Arch. Well, I'm gonna bring Arch. The question is whether I lead with it or not. And given that they have Arch, I kind of feel like they're just gonna lead with theirs, which means I think I like Annihilape better in that matchup, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Like, I think Annihilape looks solid here, but I'm kind of iffy on even leading with it just because it feels like it's pretty important in the match. And so leading with it, like, exposes it early, if that makes sense. We'll see. If they lead Arch, I'll feel a little more comfortable. They do, of course. Why wouldn't they, right? Why would someone not lead with Arch? I'm going to taunt, even though it might be a little obvious. And then maybe I'll just spam Drain Punches. They might be savvy to this, and they might go for like a damaging move. Perfect. That works out really well. Again, given that they're Stealth Rock, I'm going to expect that they are sturdy, which means this should do a lot of damage. But if they're Stamina, we can make it work if they're Stamina. They are Stamina. Yikes. Okay. Oh, they go Dragon Tail. That's something I've been seeing a lot of. I mean, it's not surprising, although I feel like Sturdy would potentially make more sense here. We go into Volk, which is actually really nice because we go for Fiery Dance. And Archaludon has not very good special defense, so this could work out really well for us, just getting this free boost. My opponent must be terrified because Volcarona is a terrifying Pokemon. Like, if they're expecting me to start Quiver Dancing, you know, again, this is probably really bad for them. They're probably clicking Dragon Tail expecting me to Quiver Dance, but luckily we just get the kill right off the bat. We are max special attack modest. And we're in a pretty good position now. Like, almost no matter what they go into, I feel pretty comfortable with Volcarona. Like, if they go into Dondozo, maybe I Terra. They go Dragonite, okay. Okay, this is scary. Let's start with a Terra Blast, and then I might Terrastalize. I'm just hoping we burn them. They Dragon Dance. I want to Terrastalize and go Terra Blast, but if they Terrastalize into like a normal type, that's probably not great, but honestly, whatever, let's do it. Whatever, dude. Let's do it. They do Terrastalize, of course. It's probably Terra Normal. I'm not, actually, you know what oh, it's Terra Flying, okay. Okay, well, we're pretty much dead here. Yikes. What else can we do? I mean, if they go Terra Blast, we're probably not surviving a Terra Blast because they are at +1. But obviously, we're going to survive it a little better than if we were a bug type. Oh no. I don't expect to live this. I'm going to cry. And this does not do contact, so there's no chance I burn them here. So we just wasted our Terra. Maybe that was stupid of me. Maybe I should not have even considered Terastallizing at all. Luckily, we still have Archaludon, which is going to have to be our saving grace now. I mean, we just gotta hope. We just gotta hope. Like, really, like... Oh, man. Like, we just have to get lucky. That's it. Like, if we don't kill them here, we lose the game. Oh, man. I'm not... I don't expect to kill them here. I am modest. Maybe they'll switch. The worst part about all of this is that they're faster than us now because they went for the Dragon Dance. So if they survive this, like, we're just in so much trouble. I guess if they also have Roost, that's absolutely awful. But basically the bottom line is if they survive this, we lose the game. Are they thinking about... That is wonderful. I'll take that. Okay, we'll take that. Absolutely. Dango, okay. Pretty unfortunate, but we do have the White Herb, so that is going to reset our stats. And then we have Dark Pulse here, which hopefully does a decent amount. I mean, that Goldango took that Draco Meteor pretty well. Obviously, they resist it, but I'm just going to... Let's think about this. If we Stealth Rock, we get some more damage on the Dragonite. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna Dark Pulse. Of course, they cannot Terastallize because they've already Terastallized. And we kill them. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Now they go Dragonite. I guess if they have Roost, that's a real problem. Oh, this is so scary. Maybe I should have... I don't know. I'm not gonna overthink it. I was thinking, like, maybe I should have, like, made my Archaludon die so that I could go into Annihilape, so when they go into Dragonite, I could taunt them right off the... Oh, no, but then they have Terra Blast. I think I start with a Flash Cannon. I mean, I live any hit from them, and I should... Yeah, and I'm faster than them, which is perfect. So, basically, even if they Dragon Dance here, we are in a good spot unless they have Roost. So, if they don't have Roost, we win the game. Because I'm gonna go Draco Meteor now. If they have Roost, we're in a lot of trouble. They go Earthquake. We have Sturdy. So as long as we hit this Draco, we win the game. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Okay, nice. Beautiful. Okay. That's awesome. That was one of those games where it really looked like we were about to lose. And singles is swingy like that sometimes, where it's like there's situations where it really looks like you're about to lose. It's like, oh, there's no hope. There's nothing we can do about it. And then you just kind of pull out the win just by navigating. My opponent obviously made the kind of fatal mistake of switching. Basically, if they didn't switch their Dragonite out, I mean, it's fair. And that's what I've said about, you know, Archaludon. That's what I was saying about Dragonite and Ursaluna, which is that they're just so versatile that there's so many different things they can do that you really don't know, you know, what it's going to be capable of when you're up against one. And so my opponent was feeling that, and that their big mistake was switching out the Dragonite against my Archaludon, because basically I think unless we somehow kill them with a Draco Meteor, and they were at like, I don't know, 70-something% health, unless we killed them with Draco Meteor there, they won that game. So they just like kind of over-predicted and got too scared and switched out, which reset their stats, and that helped us win the game. But I'll take it. You know, it's a mind game too. Like, I lost the second game, I ended up losing because of that as well. So, you know, sometimes you win those, sometimes you lose those, and that's why singles is the Wild West, because it's like sometimes you over-predict and you lose because of it. Sometimes you don't predict and you lose because of that. But it's still fun, and I'm glad I got to show off Medicham. I think I only brought it in one battle here, but it did look pretty strong. And I'm proud of that Archaludon set. I mean, it's nothing super special. It's, you know, pretty like expected of Arch, but with Sturdy and Dark Pulse and Draco Meteor with White Herb, that's just something people don't typically expect. So you can kind of do a lot of damage out of nowhere with it. But I really liked Medicham. As far as improvements for the team, let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm always open to those. Like I said, I really need a better answer to Garchomp and like Alolan Ninetales. So maybe I would switch out Ursaluna for something that can help me against like Garchomp. Maybe that means Corviknight. And Corviknight is just pretty solid all around. And then maybe for Medicham, I swap out like Drain Punch for Bullet Punch. Because with Drain Punch, like we just... Like, I don't think we need Drain Punch. Like, it seems kind of, what's the word, like, unnecessary or redundant. Either a better way to hit, like, ghost types, like something like Goldango, or Bullet Punch, which helps me against Ninetales. But I do like Medicham. I think it's really good. Like, it's surprisingly good, and the team has felt really nice as well. So... that was a pretty balanced video where I brought most of... I don't think I ever brought Ursaluna, but I pretty much brought everything else, which is awesome. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. I've been having a lot of fun with this regulation, and I'm excited to keep building more wild stuff. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments, and we will see you next time.